But he's a very tough negotiator. That's not good.
但是他是很强硬的谈判者。
Hello, everybody. What a rough ride this is. These are rough winds in Asia. I'm going to tell you, this is a rough flight. We could have waited an hour. You know, they're going to be watching Trump. They're going to say, he didn't look too good. He's got the shakes. I don't have the shakes.
About resuming nuclear testing. What prompted you to do that right before the meeting?
It had to do with others. They seem to all be nuclear testing.
Russia?
We have more nuclear weapons than anybody. We don't do testing. You know, we've halted it many years ago. But with others doing testing, I think it's appropriate that we do also.
Any details around the testing, sir? Like where, when?
It'll be announced. You know, we have test sites. It'll be announced.
Do you worry that we're entering a more risky environment when it comes to nuclear issues?
No, I don't think so. I think we have it pretty well locked up. But we have more than anybody. But I see them testing. And I say, well, if they're going to test, I guess we have to test. I'd like to see a denuclearization.
Russia and China regularly engage in testing of intercontinental ballistic missiles. Russia just tested an underwater drone that is capable of carrying a nuclear weapon, for example, whereas the US has been doing far less testing of that type. It could be testing of warheads. It could also be testing of the platforms that carry those warheads.
Tonight I can report to the world.
Nuclear testing after more than 30 years. Does he mean the warheads themselves, the distribution, the missiles, and so forth?
We have a big arsenal, obviously. The Russians have a large nuclear arsenal. The Chinese have a large nuclear arsenal. Sometimes you've got to test it to make sure that it's functioning and working properly. We've been working very closely, even with nations that we don't have the best relations with, to try to limit nuclear proliferation. The president's going to keep on working on that, but it's an important part of American national security to make sure that this nuclear arsenal we have actually functions properly, and that's part of a testing regime. To be clear, we know that it does work properly, but you got to keep on top of it over time.
The country that would benefit the most from a return to nuclear testing is China. If the United States did return to nuclear testing, then other nuclear possessors potentially could follow suit. The United States conducted over 1,000 nuclear tests. Russia conducted over 700. China has done less than 100 nuclear tests. If the taboo against nuclear testing was broken, if there was a return to more nuclear tests, China stands to gain way more from this than the United States would.
The only country that really benefits from this, forget about the North Koreans for a second, but the Chinese. When we say we're going to start testing weapons, the implication is the Chinese says, okay, we'll start testing our weapons. This benefits the Chinese.
中方希望美方切实遵守全面禁止核试验条约的义务和暂停核试验的承诺。中方希望韩美双方切实履行核不扩散义务，做促进地区和平稳定的事，而不是相反。
Конечно же, если кто-то отойдет от моратория, то Россия будет действовать соответственно ситуации.
We must never forget the disastrous legacy of over 2,000 nuclear weapons tests carried out over the last 80 years, and that nuclear testing can never be permitted under any circumstances.
Russia has some. Russia's second and China's third, and China will catch up within 4 or 5 years. We are actually talking to Russia about that, and China would be added to that if we do something.